All right, so once you have some sort of assets to use to actually drag out a few platforms, remember yours isn't going to look like mine yet, but you should have at least a couple platforms or like a large space out here to wander around, and at least one platform to jump on to test your jumping and things as we get into the next videos, and also spawning. So make sure that you have at least a couple platforms just dragged out there for testing space. And again, you want to probably have one big large one that you have here too to just walk around on. So now that you have that, we are going to create our character. So you're going to create a folder for your character. I have a lot of extra folders in here, so just ignore them for now. But you're going to create a folder or somewhere that you want to organize to actually put your character content and your character stuff. And you are going to right click and make a blueprint class, and it's going to be a character type blueprint class, or you could click that add button and make a blueprint class. I'm going to call this BP_base character, and then we're going to use this as our character. You do need a placeholder model that you can put in here. In the next video, I will talk to you about how to import one of the modular characters that I suggest using, because it's really fun and you can make it creative and make it your own, and I know it works well, where some of the other characters and things and resources you can find online just like don't work great. So that next video will show you how to do that and how to set up this character modular, like to like actually put the pieces in that you want the character to look like, or how to download a Mixamo character if you prefer to use a Mixamo character instead. So that next video will show you how to do all of that and get your animations uploaded in here. But for now, I do want you to have a placeholder asset so you can at least see it spawn, so you can double click to open it. And we're going to click on the mesh over here on the left, and then on the right, you're going to scroll down, you're going to see the skeletal mesh asset. We're going to change this to be a cube for now, because again, the next video is going to show you how to actually like find a character and set them up in here and actually import them correctly. Oh my gosh. So I'm just going to make a really tall cube for now that's going to be in here. This is my cute little cubey character. So if you remember from when we did, the, what am I thinking in my brain? The programming tutorials earlier in the class, we already used a character, so this should be somewhat familiar of an interface to you from that time. So like this is our base character. Up here in the upper left is our components. We do have our capsule component, which is our collision cylinder. We can change the half height and radius of this as we like need to, and you are going to want to size it around your character. Obviously, since this is our placeholder character, it doesn't really matter right now if it's sized around the cube. Do not spend time on that, because in the next video you're going to just replace it with an actual character. So don't spend time, like waste time on that. But you can, once you get there, modify that collision cylinder right to fit around your character. This arrow shows you what direction your character is facing. You should, once you get your actual character in here, rotate them to make sure they are facing that direction, and that's forward for them, because that will make it work with all of our other functionality. So make sure you have that as well. All right, so in setting up the character, we are going to add a camera. And so we're going to click this add components in the upper left here, and we're going to search for spring arm. And that's going to attach this arm to the character that is on their back by default, which is kind of where we want it, because we are going to kind of do a third person camera, but also like a little bit different because we're going to make a platformer camera. So you're going to click on the spring arm and search for camera. And we're going to nest that under the spring arm so that the camera is attached to the spring arm. Now, we never want to move the camera by itself. If we do, it'll become detached from the spring arm, and we cannot attach it back. Not very easily. Not without just deleting the camera and adding another camera that actually is attached. So please do not move the camera. So many students make that mistake. Move the spring arm if you need to rotate it or move it or anything like that. The spring arm also has a thing called target arm length, which is going to give us like the distance that it is from the character. We're going to make this pretty big because we want our platformer camera to be pretty zoomed out. So I'm going to set that to like 1,000 right now. The other thing we're going to do is grab the spring arm. Remember, the spring arm, not the camera. We're going to grab that and drag it up to about where the character's head will be. And again, once you get your model in here, you you can kind of mess with this a little more fine-tuned. But about where the character's head will be, so it's at that height for our character for the platforming and for the jumping. And then right now we are able to spawn our character. So if you go to your edit and you go to project settings, so in the viewport where we have a couple platforms, you're gonna go to edit and you're gonna go to project settings, and you're gonna go down to maps and modes, and you're going to actually change this to your game mode. So if you don't have one yet, you can either click the circle with a plus and navigate to where you want to save it, or you can go into content drawer and create it there. So you're going to create a folder or some place to hold your game mode. And I don't remember where I put them in mine. I think it's in blueprints. But you're going to create a game mode. You're going to right click, do a blueprint class, or add, do a blueprint class, and you're going to do a game mode base. So that's what you're going to do for the game mode. I called mine BP_platformer mode. You don't have to do any code in it. Whoops, spoilers for later. You don't have to do any code in it right now. You literally just have to create it. Just have it be in existence. So then in edit, in project settings, in maps and modes, again on the left here, you can change this drop down to your game mode that you just made, and then you're going to change the default pawn class. I'm going to switch this back to our normal one, but yours should look all default except this one you're going to change to that base character that you just made. So, and I'm going to hope it's the right one and not the one that's further along. No, it is the one that's further along. Dude, spoilers again. Terrible at this. So maps and modes, and I'm going to switch it to the other guy. This is why you don't name things the same, but you know I did. So your cube should spawn like this. You will not have any of the extra stuff I have. You will just have your platforms and your cube spawning. Now, if you do not have a player start, then your cube will not spawn. Here's the player start. This is what it looks like. You need to get one and drag it out if you don't have one. So this little square with a plus up here at the top, you're going to go down to basic and grab player start and just drag it out. Or just click it, because apparently that's how my mouse is functioning right now. And then you can just put it wherever you want. So put it on the platform, put it somewhere to spawn, and then play and spawn. Again, you should have your camera view and you should have your character. You will not be able to move. You will not be able to do anything else. But like, this is literally just for spawning the character. So get that set up, and then we're going to do a couple other things with our camera to manage how it's going to function in movement. But for now, we literally just need to have it. We just need to have the character, and we can spawn them, and you're ready to move to the next video and actually like get your character model in there.